explain. We have 10 different cells that we've arranged, so there's roughly half a dozen to 10 people in a cell. They've been organized by subject area in our upper school, so in other words, maths teachers congregate together on a Friday. And where it's lower school students, there's obviously an affinity in terms of grades, so we have one cell that looks after grade R and grade 1, and another cell that takes care of grade 2s and 3s and so on. And we are committed to a process of lesson study. So our broad thinking was there's a lot that we could workshop, but that's not the point. The key goal for us is to try and create an opportunity for ongoing, sustained conversation around classroom craft. And so the cells typically work through a cycle that has 3 parts, and the sequencing of that doesn't change, but the length of weeks that it takes to work through one phase varies. So what do I mean? So the 3 phases are the group gathers, and they effectively plan in a collaborative way a particular lesson which they co-own. So the maths team might get together and say, look, there's a particular element that we feel is going to be taught in grade 9, and we co-create a lesson or adopt some lesson material that effectively deals with the issue, whatever it might have to be, algorithms or something. And then we end up co-planning that, and it takes a couple of weeks to do that sometimes. And then one person from the group ends up delivering that particular lesson, which is observed by the team members or filmed for those who are teaching at that time and can't observe. So it's very much a transparent, collaborative planning process. It's ultimately taught, it's captured in terms of data, and then there's the 3rd phase in the cycle where there's clinical dissection of that lesson, where the video is shown, where the particular elements and strands that were delineated by the group as important is picked apart in order to try and understand how to shift. In our case, we talk a lot about cognitive acceleration. We're trying to understand the quality of learning and what are the inputs that make that possible. So we've been running with this since January this year. We have a group of 10 different facilitators who are RBI people plus some folk from Lebone. And our function as facilitators is to make sure that there's a sort of a cohesion between the different cells around the overall goal for what we hope to try and do. So we've tapped into, quite extensively, we've tapped into the thinking of Michael Shea and the cognitive acceleration sort of movement. I think that's probably a fair way to describe it. And that really has been, it's come our way based on a long relationship that Ian McLaughlin has had with Michael Shea. So